Hello, this is Sujit from Skill English. Today's lesson is all about 5 mistakes which we make while making an attempt to speak English. So let's get started and see if you are committing one of these mistakes and that is preventing you from speaking fluent English. The first mistake is that we are not training our brain to think in English. Most of the time when we see an object or we want to describe an object, we start thinking in our mother tongue. Suppose you look at a fruit or a vegetable or a person, you are thinking in your mother tongue. Suppose you are looking at a man who is very fat and you start thinking in your mother tongue. Now, my goodness, if you start doing this and if you go on doing this, it will always hamper your efforts to speak in English. So, whenever you see something, you have to think that object, that person in English. So, from now on, if you look at something, you should think in English. So, from now on, you have to train your brain to think in English. The second mistake which we make most of the time is that, someone says, I am reading a lot, I am writing a lot, I am daily writing 5, 6, 10 words. I am having a good stock of words. But why I can't speak? I understand English. I can write English. But sorry, this is totally a practical thing. It's not theoretical. You just can't speak like that. You have to make a beginning. You have to speak and then only you can speak English. You can read 1,000 times in a day, but only reading will not help you to speak English. You can write a lot. There are many who comes to me and says that I have written 500, 1,000 words. But why I am not able to speak English? The simple reason is that you are not making an attempt to speak English. You have to speak in English, then only you can speak in English. The third mistake which we make is that we are not making enough effort to speak in English. We give a little time and think that okay, I have done it for today, my English will improve. No, sorry. If you really want to speak English, you have to give your 100%. Every day you have to have a time schedule where you can think in English, where you can have to speak in English. So you have to give time. Every moment of your life you have to think in English and you have to create that idea in your mind and speak in English. The fourth mistake which we do is that we start translating from our mother tongue. Translation is not the way or the route where you can take and you can think that you can speak in English. Our mother tongue and English is quite different. Both language has a different rhythm. So, if you are thinking that translation will work, sorry. Please don't go for translation. If you have done this for quite some time, it is time to stop the process of translation and start focusing on English directly. Think in English every moment of your life. Train your brain to think English and then start speaking. You will definitely be able to speak English. The fifth and the final mistake which we commit while doing or making an attempt to speak English is that we focus most of the time on grammar. Grammar is essential. Grammar is the backbone of a language. But when you speak, you can't think of grammar. You can't think of tense, what tense I am saying, what tense I am using. If most of the time you are focusing on grammar, that means you are focusing on accuracy, that you are not focusing on fluency. So if you want to speak, focus on fluency rather than accuracy. And the way out is that you have to think less of grammar and only on the content on what you are going to speak. So I hope today I have given you or I have highlighted some of the 5 mistakes which most of us make while making an attempt to speak English. I hope today's lesson would give you an insight if you are making any one of these mistakes, and you will definitely improve in your attempt to speak English. Very soon I will be coming with you with another interesting lesson. If you have enjoyed watching my lesson today, or my suggestion, please put your likes and share it with your friends. And those who are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click the button below so that you can get the notification as and when I upload my next video lesson. Until then, next time, take care, put all your efforts to improve your English. Thank you, have a nice time, goodbye.